वीर्यं कर्म तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Okay, who is going to sing Gopika Geetam?
I'll chant today, uncle.
Yeah.
जयति तेऽधिकं कृष्णा जन्मना व्रज श्रयत इन्दिरा कृष्णा शश्वदत्र हि दयित दृश्यतां कृष्णा दिक्षु तावकास् वयि धृता सवस् कृष्णा त्वां विचिन्वते शरदुदाशये कृष्णा साधु जातसत् सरसिजोदर कृष्ण श्रीमुषादृशा सुरतनाथ ते कृष्ण शुल्कदासिका वरद निघ्नतो कृष्ण नेह किं वद विषजलाप्ययात् कृष्ण व्यालराक्षसात् वर्षमारुतात् कृष्ण वैद्युतानलात् वृषमयात्मजात् कृष्ण विश्वतो भयात् वृषभते वयं कृष्ण रक्षितामुः न खलु गोपिका कृष्ण नन्दनो भवान् अखिलदेहिनां कृष्ण अन्तरात्मदृक् विखनसार्थितो कृष्ण विश्वगुप्तये सख उदेयिवान् कृष्ण सात्वतां कुले विरचिता भयं कृष्ण वृष्णिधूर्यते चरणमीयुषां कृष्ण संसृतर्भयात् करसरोरुहं कृष्ण कान्तकामदं शिरसि देहि न कृष्ण श्रीकरग्रहं व्रजजनार्तिहन् कृष्ण वीरयोषिताम् निज जनस्मय कृष्ण ध्वंसनस्मिता भज सखे भवत् कृष्ण किङ्करी स्मनो जलरुहाननं कृष्ण चारुदर्शया प्रणतदेहिनां कृष्ण पापकर्षणं तृणचरानुगं कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनम् फणिफणार्पितं कृष्ण ते पदाम्बुजं कृणुकुचेषु न कृष्ण कृन्धि हृच्छयं मधुरया गिरा कृष्ण पल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोज्ञया कृष्ण पुष्करेक्षण विधिकरीरिमा कृष्ण वीरमोह्यतीर् अधरसीधुना कृष्ण आप्यय यस्वन तव कथामृतं कृष्ण तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कृष्ण कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं कृष्ण श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये कृष्ण भूरिदा जना। हरि
Now, Himabindu. I just have to tell you a few words about Himabindu. Himabindu and Kausi are great scholars. not merely in Sanskrit, in spiritual literature too. They've been taking a lot of classes in Sanskrit, in Vedanta, etc., etc., etc. So Himabindu recently has posted the entire Narayanayam, 100 stabakas, with meaning, verse by verse, in our groups. I requested her today because in Narayanayam, 69th stabaka is about Rasa Leela, the way in which Sri Bhattadri constructed the slokas, the very singing gives you a vision of the dance. Therefore, I requested her to sing for us a few from that stabaka. She is going to sing us 3 of those slokas. After that, I requested her to post her Narayaniyam, her treatise in PDF form in our group. Also, this particular stabaka separately. Now I request Himabindu to start.
Thank you, Uncle. I don't know if I deserve so much of introduction. This Rasa Leela dance, the verses that I'm singing is how the Krishna, how he entered the dance field, and how Gopika started
Request
dancing.
for a volume, sorry. The volume is low, sorry to interpret.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Can we please see you also, Guruji? So it will be pleasure hearing and seeing.
My internet is not so good here. I'm in a different place. So
Okay.
Yeah, so this Rasa Krida, Krishna enters the dance floor and all the Gopikas start. And then second verse that I am taking is the 8th verse of this Dashaka. It says that even after the music stops, the dance resumes. And then the last verse that denotes Bhattadri saying Paripahimam, please help me. So these are the 3 verses that I selected. Om Namo Narayanaaya Kesha Pasha Dhruta Pinchika Vitati Sanchalan Makara Kundalam Harajala Vanamalika Lalita Mangara Gagana Saurabham Pītachela kanchi kanchita mudanchu danshamaninupuram rasakeli paribhushitam tava hirupamisha kalayamahe ganamisha viratam kramena kila vadyamela brahma sammadarasakula sadasi kevalam Naruturangana Navidannapi cha nivikam Kimapi kuntalimapi cha kanchulim Jyotishamapi kadambakam Divi vilambitam kimaparam bruve Kaminirihityaminishu Khalu kamaniyakanidev bhavan Purna sammadarasarnavam kamapi yogi gamyamanubhavayan Brahma shankara mukhanapiya pashupangana subahumanayan Bhaktaloka gamaniya rupa kamaniya Krishna paripahi mam Bhaktaloka gamaniya rupa Kamaniya Krishna paripahi mam Bhaktaloka gamaniya rupa Kamaniya Krishna paripahi mam. Hari Om.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. So we are today going to do Kaliya Mardan. Kaliya Mardan. Again, if some of you can access YouTube, a song, several songs, one of them is Kaliya Mardan by Uthupuli Venkat Subbaiah. Somebody would have sung, but lyrics was by him. Listen to it, it is beautiful. Aruna Sairam also sang one song, extraordinary. Kaliya Mardan is such a beautiful episode. And Uttukuli is Sahityam, all Sahityam is good. Kaliya Mardan, because that he is his Ishta Devata. Kaliya Swami is his Ishta Devata. Therefore, he sings with all his heart. Kaliya was a Naga. What is the difference between a Naga and a Sarpa? Naga is multi-headed. Sarpa is single-headed. Vasuki, with which the Milky Ocean was churned, is a Sarpa. Ananta, Balarama, is Naga, multi-headed. So this Kaliya is also multi-headed. He represents ego in simple terms. So Yamuna, Ganga represents Jnana. Yamuna represents Bhakti and Karma. This Kaliya, the ego, pollutes this Bhakti and Karma. That is our meaning. But the story, he has poisoned the whole Yamuna. Even the smell of that, all cattle, people who pass through that used to die. So Krishna decided, I must do something about it. So he goes to Yamuna, jumps into the river, and allows himself to be coiled by the Kaliya. Kaliya does with all pride, but all the villagers, Yashodamma, everybody started searching for Krishna, coming there and seeing him caught by Kaliya. They were all worried, frightened, almost, because they have identified with Krishna so much. They have almost swooned. Krishna saw this. Therefore, he released himself, got up onto the hood of Kali, and started dancing. With each dance and each head, the poison was picked. So he is almost become poison free. That's the touch of Bhagavan. All of us, our vasanas, when Bhagavan blesses us, graces us, and dances in our heart, the poison is thrown out. Thus, he has become subdued, his poison is thrown out, and he was almost dying. Then the Nagapatnis, beautiful prayer they do to Krishna, beautiful prayer. And Krishna says, okay, because this Kaliya himself talks to Sri Krishna. Krishna, what is my mistake? You have created us as poisonous animals. What else can we be? You have created us poisonous. So naturally we emit poison. Krishna said, okay, here all people are having problem. You go to Ramanaka Island. The reason he was hiding there, that particular place, Garuda and serpents were born to stepmothers. Garuda and all the snakes were born to Vinati. Garuda was born to Kardama, Kadru. I think it's Kadru. Yeah.
Uncle, ulta it is.
Vinata is.
Vinata is Garuda's and Aruna's mother, and Kadru is the mother of Nagas.
Okay. Yeah. Vainateya is called Vainateya. Correct. Vinata's children are Aruna and Garuda. Kadru's children are all the snakes. There was some problem between these two ladies. And Kadru has enslaved Vinati, but on one condition she released, that Garuda brings the Amruta. Garuda goes to Indraloka, takes the pot, comes swiftly, keeps it there, asks the mother to be released. Mother is released. As swiftly as he has brought the pot, that swiftly takes it back and puts it in there in Devaloka, because he has kept the contract. So now Vinati is released, but this Kadru, whose children were all swallowed by Garuda because they had the enmity bitterness. He was eating, they were a lot, but he was eating them. And finally they came to an arrangement. Every day they will send one Sarpa to Garuda, so that all people need not die at a time. So the day our Kaliya's turn came, he escaped it, and Garuda was chasing. He entered into Yamuna, because Yamuna, Saurabha Muni was doing japa. There, Garuda used to take the fishes, and the fishes were disturbed. So Saurabha Muni cursed, if Garuda enters this place, he will die. So that was a safe place for our Kaliya, and he hides there. So he tells Krishna, this is why I'm here. You asked me to go to Ramanaka. I will be again a victim of Garuda. He says, no, now it won't happen, because my foot, because of dancing are on our head. When Garuda sees that, he won't trouble you. So he goes to Ramanaka Island. Yamuna, I told you, Karma Bhumi and Bhakti, and it is polluted by the ego. When the ego is cleansed by the touch of Bhagavan, Ramanaka reveling, he goes to the island of reveling. Reveling means in the self. In the self. That is the Kaliya story. I will read few slokas. Vilokya dushitam Krishnam Krishna Krishnahena Vibhuhu Tasya Vishuddha Manvichan Sarpam Tamudavasayate. Vilokya, having seen Dushitam, polluted, Krishnam. Yamuna is also called Krishna. How many Krishnas in Bhagavatam you know? Or Krishna, all of you know. Yamuna is also Krishna because it's also black. Then Arjuna was Krishna. Then Draupadi was Krishna. Vyasa was Krishna. All these, one more was also there. I am now not able to remember. 6 or 7 of them are all Krishnas. Kaliya was Krishna. Yamuna was Krishna. Arjuna was Krishna. Vyasa was Krishna. Draupadi was Krishna. So here he says, Krishnam Yamuna, Krishna, Krishnahina, by the black serpent. Hello? Hello?
Oh, in fact, நான் நீ ஏதோ ஃபால் பண்ணி எப்படி என்னாச்சு இப்ப you are having some symptom.
Pardon?
Oh,
Somebody is unmuted by
so
mistake.
will you be able to travel?
Hello?
Okay,
not-
okay. Anyhow,
What is the problem?
Someone's microphone came on, uncle.
Amma?
யாரோட மைக் ஆன் ஆயிடுச்சு.
ஓ ஓகே சரி பரவாயில்ல. விலோக்கிய தூஷிதாம் கிருஷ்ணாம் கிருஷ்ண கிருஷ்ணாஹினா விபு தஸ்ய விசுத்தம் அன்விச்சன் சர்ப்பம் தமுதவாசயத். மைக் ஆன் ஆயிடுது பரவாயில்லைன்னு சொன்னேன். இதுவே ஒரு 10 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னா இருந்தா நான் கத்துக்கு இந்த தெருவெல்லாம் வெளியே ரோட்ல வந்திருக்கும். அது எப்படி மாறிச்சு? இப்படி எல்லாம் ஆனாதான் நம்ம சாதனை பண்ணி மாத்திக்கிறோம். அதுக்கு தான் பகவான் அதெல்லாம் பண்ண வைக்கிறான். இப்படி எல்லாம் ஆகி கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா மாத்திக்கிறோம். சரிதானா? அதனால எல்லாமே அவன் பண்ற வேலை தான். கிருஷ்ணா கிருஷ்ண கிருஷ்ணாஹினா விபுகு, தி ஆல் பர்வேடிங் லார்ட், தஸ்ய விஷுத்தம் அன்விச்சன், வாண்டிங் டு கிளீன் இட், சர்ப்பம் தமுதவாசயத். இத்தம் स्वगोकुलम अनन्यगति निरीक्ष्य सस्त्री कुमारमति दुःखितमात्म हेतोः आज्ञाय मर्त्य पदवीं अनुवर्तमानः स्थित्वा मुहूर्तं मुदतिष्ठत् उरंगबन्धात्. Ittam, thus, seeing all these people distressed, dukkhitam atma hetu, because of him, Agnaya, having known that, Martya Padavim, like the human beings, Stitva Muhurtam, in thinking for a Muhurta, a small time. Udatistad Urangabandhat, he released himself from the Kaliya's clutches. Evam Paribrahma Hataujasa Unmatam Samanamya Tvat Sudushirah Swadhiruda Adyah Tanmurtha Ratnakar Sparshati Tamra Padambuja Akila Kaladi Guru Nanartha Akila Kaladi Guru. The one who knows all arts started dancing on the head of this Kali. Tam nartum udyata gavecha tada tadiya gandharva siddha suracharana deva badvaha pritya mrudanga panavanaka vadya gita pushpopahara tanubihi sahasopa seduhu. These devas were always moving on the skies. They have two jobs. If something divine is happening, they will shower flowers. One more thing, if Bhagavan or somebody like that is singing or dancing, they will bring all the instruments and start playing. So here also, when Bhagavan was dancing and Kaliya, these devas started playing all the instruments. Rasalila also, first it begins, what are the instruments? For dance you need instruments. First it begins with their valayal and this thing, that anklets, bracelets, all that, they were the instruments in the beginning. Then Devatas came, they started playing in Rasalila also. Gopyaha Kimachara, sorry. So that was Kaliya, and he cleansed the Kaliya Yamuna river. That is 16th chapter of the 10th skanda, Kaliya. 17th is a small episode where Krishna saves the boys from fire. 18th, Pralamba. Pralamba is again another Rakshasa who, with the intention of killing Krishna, comes. They were playing a game. The loser should carry the winner. Bhagavan, out of love for his friends, lost and was carrying his friend on his shoulder. Pralamba comes, deliberately loses, carries Balarama, and increases his size and weight. All these Rakshasas are, like mountains. And this thing, and then running so that he will smash Balarama against a tree. Balarama knew this. Balarama is Ananta. All Prakriti is himself. He is nothing but Bhagavan's Vyuha, expansion. Bhagavan's expansion is Ananta, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. Bhagavan has 4 dimensions. That Ananta, he increased his weight and Pralamba collapsed. So Pralamba was killed in the 18th. 19th was again one more fire problem. Once Bhagavan swallowed the fire in one instance. In another instance, he asked them to close the eyes and shifted all of them to the other bank. So that was Bhagavan's protection to his chelas. So all of us, whenever we are in trouble, think of him, he will save us. Macchittaha sarva durgani. Macchittaha sarva durgani. Mat prasadat tarishyasi. Macchittaha sarva durgani. Mat prasadat tarishyasi. Continuously, all the time thinking about me. Hello? Why is this? There is so much of disturbance. Macchittaha sarva durgani. Mat prasadat tarishyasi. People who are continuously thinking of me, they shall cross over all obstacles by my grace. How to think about Bhagavan all the time? Chant this sloka itself, you are thinking. Chant this whenever you are free. Macchittaha sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi. 1858. Gita 1858. Or chant anything that will absorb your mind. Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Whatever absorbs his mind, that should go in your mind continuously, whether you are cooking, bathing, or doing anything. It should be like this. You are chanting when you go to sleep, that should go into you. When you get up, without your knowledge, that should come out. For some people, Vishnu Sahasranama is like that. They go on chanting in their minds. When they go to bed, where the Nama chanting is stopped, supposing Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhuta Bhuta Budbhavo Bhuta Bhavana, he slept. Next morning he will get up. Bhutatma Paramatma Cha Muktanam Paramagatihi. That is how it should be. It will all come in practice. All will come, everybody will get in practice. Amma, you go to the corner, Amma. Okay. So, continuously the japa should go on in our mind. So that is what the saving of these gopas twice from the fire. Then comes the Varsha Vasanta Rutu, the description of Vasanta Rutu was given. Then comes the Venu Gita. In Bhagavata, there are several Gitas. A Gita is a poem that has divine theme, glorifies Bhagavan. So, in Bhagavata starts with Kapila Gita, and then there is Hamsa Gita, Bhikshu Gita, Datta Gita, Pranaya Gita, Viraha Gita, Venu Gita. Several Gitas are there in Bhagavatam. So this Venu Gita is one very famous one. The background of this is Vasantakala, the Bhagavan was playing the flute. It was very pleasant atmosphere. The gopis who heard the Bhagavan playing started talking amongst themselves. That talk is here posted as Venu Gita. On this Venu flute, I'll be talking to you tomorrow when I talk on Rasalila. Gurudev gives such a wonderful description of this Venu Gita. Venu, the flute, how it became so divine. Tomorrow we shall see that. So these gopis were talking amongst themselves about the glory of Krishna and the Venu and how all respond to that. Why? Everybody enjoys Bhagavan. Song. Not only human beings, not only animals, not only birds, trees, mountains, rivers. That's a poetical exaggeration. Is that so? You have any number of proofs today that somebody cultivated crops next to each other. One was exposed to music, the other was not. There was a difference. So it is not a mere imagination. And we saw, not only we saw in Bhagavatam and elsewhere, in South. In fact, that was how in Ramayana this thing was built, that Setu, because the engineer was, I think his name is Nala, Vishwakarma's son. Vishwakarma's son. So he knew all this engineering. So a particular time, those stones become light. In South, all the Tanjore temples and all that, that's how they did it. At a particular time, the stone becomes light. At that time, they carry it. Without life, they cannot become light and heavy. Only where there is life, it can become light and heavy. So this is historical, not merely Ramayana, temples in South. Also, we have seen with the rishis, all animals mutually inimical normally live in friendliness around the ashrams of rishis. And then, if the mountains had no life, why do people do Girivalam? Going around the Giri. Tiruvannamalai, every day hundreds do that. Every day hundreds or thousands do Girivalam. Why? If it is a mere rock. Not merely that, we are going to see in Govardhanagiri, where Bhagavan himself sits on the top as Govardhana and takes the Naivedya. And today we have seen, I have seen some of them in the forwards of the YouTube. People having tigers as pets, pythons as pets. So therefore, all respond to music, all respond to love. Everything respond to music, everything respond to love. So that way, Bhagavan, when he's singing this Venu Gita, all responded. Let us see that. And firstly, how was he? What is the description of him? Barka Pidam Natavaravaphu Karnayoho Karnikaram Viprat Vasaha Kanakakapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randran Venu Adarasudaya Purayan Gopavrundaihi Vrundaranyam Swapadaраmanam Pravishat Gita Kirtihi. One who is putting his steps to the music, synchronizing with the music, the one whose glories are sung in plenty, Gita Kirti, entered the Vrindavan with all his chelas, Gopa Vrundaihi. How was he dressed? Barha Pidam, with the peacock feather. Natavaravaphu, the body looks like a actor. Karnayoho Karnikaram Vibhrati, having lotus on his ears. You can't say Bhagavan Kadra Puvechirkan. Vasaha Kanaka Kapisham, his dress is golden. Vaijayantim Chamalam, wearing the Vaijayanti Mala. Randran Veno Adarasudaya Purayan, the holes of the flute have been filled by the nectar of his lips. By the nectar of his lips. That was Bhagavan's seeing. You should imagine all this when it was been said. You should not merely mechanically listen. You should completely be absorbed into these things. And then the gopis start singing, Gopyaha Kimacharad Ayam Kushalam Smavenu Damodara Adara Sudam Api Gopikanam Bhunte Swayam Yada Vasishta Rasam Hrudinyo Hrishyat Tvachaha Ashru Mumuchu Taravo Yadharyaha. What luck this Venu has done. Venu means flute. Bamboo is called Venu. And the flute is also called Venu because flutes are normally made up of bamboo. I told you, tomorrow I will tell you about the glory of this Venu, how it became so auspicious and divine. Tomorrow I will tell you. Gopadamodara Adarasudham. What luck this Venu has, what punya it has done, it directly drinks the nectar from Bhagavan's lips. All of us gopis are talking. We only have taste for that. We have never tasted it. We only have taste. We wanted Bhagavan's, but we had no opportunity. But this Venu, how fortunate was it? Avasishtarasam. We only got the taste left, but it was directly in touch. Adara Sudam api Gopika Anam. Bhunte Swayam. Directly. Within you, rivers, Prushyati. Rivers are thrilled by that music and they are dancing and going. Asru Mumuchuhu Taravo Yatharyaha. The trees started shedding tears. Next. Vrindavanam Sakibhuvo Vitanoti Kirtim Yaddevaki Sudapadam Bujalabdha Lakshmi. Vrindavan, because of the Bhagavan's feet, is blessed with Lakshmi, and the glory of Vrindavan is spread everywhere because it has touched Bhagavan's feet. Supposing Krishna was not there, What difference does it make to you and me, Madura, Brindavan, Gokul? You would have not even heard the names. There are lakhs and lakhs of villages in India. You don't know them. You have not heard them. Because Bhagavan was there, they have become all world fame. What all world? There is only one world. No, other worlds also. Devaloka, Pitruloka, all lokas. Bhagavan became famous. Vrindavan became famous. Madura became famous. Gokula became famous because of the touch of Bhagavan's feet. Bhuvo vitanoti kirti. Govinda Venu Manumatta Mayura Nrityam Prechayadrihi Sanva Varatanya Samasta Sattvam. Seeing the dance of the Mayura, the peacock and all that, the beings sitting on the mountain were also enjoying and absorbed. Dhanyaha Ramamoda Gatayopi Harinya Yeta Va Nanda Nandana Mupatta Chitra Vesham Akanya Venuranitam Saha Krishna Saraha Pujam Daduhu Virachita Pranayava Lokaihi. These Harinis, Harini means deers, they are dhanyas. How lucky they are listening to his flute. They are offering puja. How? Through their looks. They were offering puja to Bhagavan through their looks. Krishnam niricha vanitostava rupa shila srutva tat kvanita venu vivikta geetam devyo vimana gataha samaranun samaran unnasara brashyat prasuna kabara mumuhu vinebhyaha. I told you these heavenly ladies and all that going in Akasha, they also joined the group with all their hairs and all disturbed because of their enjoying the music. Venu Vivikta Geetam Tat Kvanita vibrated. Kvanita vibrated. Devyo Vimanagataha. These Devis going on the flights. Their whole hairdress, everything was shattered. So, how many you saw now? You saw the Vrindavan, you saw the deers, you saw the devas. Now he is going to talk about cows. Gavascha Krishna Mukha Nirgata Venu Gita Piyusham Uttabita Karna Putaihi Pibantya Shavaha Stanapayaha Kavalasmatastu Govinda Matmani Drushascha Drushastru Kalaha Srushantyaha. You know, I have not practiced this, but the things are so beautiful. Even when you are normally chanting, they are like dancing. That is Bhagavan's glory, right? It's not that I know any of this. I don't know. But it's happening because Bhagavan's glory. The cows, listening to Bhagavan's music, forgot themselves, and the calves which are drinking their milk were allowed freely to drink any amount. It's flowing because they are lost in Bhagavan. And what about the calves? The calves who are drinking, listening to Bhagavan, Sushantyaha, mentally hugged him. Prayo batamba vega munayo vanesmin krishnechite taduditam kalaveno geetam aruhyate drumabujan ruchir pravalan shrunvanti milita drusha vigatanya vachaha. Leaving all other words, vigata anya vachaha prayo batamba vega, all these birds on the trees, maybe they were all rishis in the previous life. They're all from the trees enjoying the Venu Gita. Nadyaha tadupadharya mukunda Gita mavarta lakshata manobhava bhagna vegaha alingana stagitam urmi bhujaihi murarehe gruhnanti padayugale kamalopaharaha. Nadis wanted to offer their prayers. What did they do? They came with presents. What presents the rivers brought? Kamalopaharaha, lotuses, and put those lotuses on Bhagavan's feet. They hugged Bhagavan and they also enjoyed. Like that, trees, rivers, mountains, birds, animals, rishis, there was none who was not enchanted by Bhagavan, because he is the very Ananda Murti inside everybody's bosom. It is the ego that doesn't allow us to enjoy. When you listen to his music, flute, the ego is transcended. All respond to that music. When all of us listen to his music, which is ever sung in our bosom, not allowing us to listen to it by the ego. When the ego is transcended, when the music is heard, everyone, animate, inanimate, all respond to that music within each. So now comes the Vastrapaharana. Vastrapaharana. Vastrapaharana is a famous episode where Bhagavan steals the robes of the gopis. Bhagavan steals the robes of the gopis. Why does he do it? I told you yesterday, stealing the robes is taking off all their accumulated vasanas, prarabdha karma. Stealing navanita, fresh butter, is taking off their agami karma. Thus they are purified. But why? What is the occasion? Why did he steal? Katyayani Vrata is ditto Andal's Margali Vrata. Both are exactly same. And it is done in the normal language to get a good husband. Katyayani Vrata. Right? You remember this, I will tell you why people worship Gauri before marriage. Why not other gods? That I will tell you when I come to Rukmini Kalyanam, maybe in 2 days. Day after tomorrow, or I don't know. He will decide when his marriage should happen. Right? So, this Katyayani Vrata is for a husband. You want a husband, you will not gather 100 people and go and pray. You will go secretly, separately and pray. Andal also calls everybody, wakes up. These ladies also together come to do Katyayani Vrata to get a husband. How did this word husband came? Because Pati is being translated as husband. Pati means one who protects, one who governs, one who is the Lord. Therefore, seeking the Pati need not be husband. They are all wanting the Lord to take over them, possess them. And that is this Katyayani Vrata, the ladies did. And at that time, they put the clothes on the shore, went to bathe without dress. Bhagavan came and took the clothes. They pleaded, yes, I will give you, come here and take They come, he doesn't give. He said, lift your hands and pray. Why? Is he Bhagavan sadist or the porno or anything? No. Bhagavan explains, you did a mistake. When you bathe in a river for a vrata, you should not bathe naked. You should bathe only with a cloth. You did that. Now you have all did this vrata. You are all doing vrata to get me as a pati. And I want to bless you too. But your mistake has to be corrected. When you lift your hands and pray, you go beyond the body awareness, Dehatma Bhava. You go beyond the Dehatma Bhava. You are purified. And then you will become fit for Rasa Leela. The sequence is through Katyayana Vrata seeking, they get purified. In Rasa Leela, they meditate. In Rukmani Kalyanam, they merge. That is the sequence. So this is the beginning of Rukmani Kalyanam. So Bhagavan, this all happens, and then they are blessed. Hemante prathame masi nanda braja kumarikaha cheru havishya munchata munjanaha Katyayani Archana Vratam. Katyayani, the prayer. This you listen. Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayogin Yadishwari Nandagopa Sutam Devi Patim me Kurute Namaha Nandagopa Sutam me Patim me Kurute Namaha. Please make Nandagopa our Pati. All girls praying for Nandagopa Pati. Therefore, it is not the Pati in the human understanding. He is the Lord. Andal explains beautifully. When Andal goes and calls her friends, you are going to seek your Krishna, why should we all come? She said, you are all fools. There is only one man in the world, Bhagavan. With reference to him, man, women, all are female, Prakriti. So there is only one man. And all female, even men or women, should seek him for emancipation. Same story is repeated. Mirabai went to see a guru. I think his name, I don't remember. Rama, it comes. Haridas, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. At 82, you all can understand memory will be bad, right? So Meera goes, and that Guru Maharaj tells her, tell her I don't see ladies. Then Mirabai sends a counter message. Oh, I thought there is only one man in the world. I'm happy there is another man here. That message, when it goes, that Guru knows, oh, this is not an ordinary person. He comes running to see Meera. That's it. Only Bhagavan is the Purusha. Rest are all Prakriti. Upastithaya gotraihi swairunyonya baddabaha krishna muchaihi jaguryanya kalendyam snatumanvaham Bhagavan tamipretya krishno yogeshwareshwara vayasyehi savrutaha vaisyehi avrutaha tatra gataha tat karma siddhaye. Bhagavan, to bless them for their karma siddhi, he went there. Tasam vasansi upadaya nipa maruhya. He got over the tree with those clothes. Satvaraha hayad hasadbihi, laughing, prahasan, balaihi, parihasan, making jokes, uvachaha. He said, Atra agatya abalaha kamam swahvasaha prakrishyatam satyam brahmevito narma yeduyam pratakashitaha. I am not joking. Come here and take your clothes. Na maya buditam purvam anrutam. I never said a lie before. Tadime viduhu ekaikashaha pratiktatvam. You one by one come and take. Evam bruvati govinde narmana achipta chetasaha akanta magnaha shitode vyapamanaha tadabruvan. Shivering out of cold, they said, Janemaha anga vrajashlagyam dehi vasansi vepitaha. We know you, Krishna, the darling of Praja. Please, we are all shivering with cold. Give our clothes, please. Shama sundarate datsya karavamata voditam. We are all your servants. We will do whatever you say. Dehi vasam siddharmagna. No chet ragne bruvamahe. If you don't give, we'll go and tell the king. Bhavantyo yedi me dasyo. If you are my servants, mayoktam vakarishita. Do as I tell. Atragatya parichantu suchismita. Take your clothes from here. Tato jalashayat sarva dharikaha shita vepitaha panibhyam yonimatyadya proktoruhu shita karshitaha. They trying to hide themselves with hands and all that. They came there. Bhagavan ahata shuddha bhava prasidataha. Bhagavan want to purify their minds. Therefore, skande vidaya vasansi pritaha provacha sasmitam. He said these things to them. Yuyam vivastra yadapo dhrutavrataha vyagahate vyagahatai etattu devaheranam. What you did, taking bath without clothes, is devaheranam, devaputram. Baddhanjalihi murdini, doing namaskar, keeping your hands on your head. Apamuttarge ahamsa krutva. So for your sins to be removed. Namo ado vasanam pragruhita. Do this and then take your clothes. They felt there is something in what Krishna said. They saw there is some meaning. Iti achyutena abhihitam vrajabala matva vivastra plavaram vratachutim tata vratachutim, because they did a mistake in the vrata. Tata purti kamaha, to make it perfect. Tadasesha karmanam sakshat krutam nemuhu nemuravadyam rugyataha. I am not able to catch that word, right? Doesn't matter. Tasya vanata drushva bhagavan devaki sutaha vasansi vasansi tabhyaha prachachat karunaha tena toshitaha. By pleased with their attitude and the corrective action, he gave them this clothes. Sankalpo vidito sadhavyo bhavati nam madarchanam mayan moditaha so satyo bhavitum arhati. I understand why you are doing this, to join me, and it will all happen. Na maya veshatadhyam kamah kamaya kalpiti bhajita kvachita dhana prayo bijaya nais. The mind that enters into me, those desires are desires like roasted seeds. The roasted seeds cannot germinate. Those seeds, those desires which enter into me cannot become vasanas. Those desires which enter into me cannot become vasanas. They are like roasted seeds which cannot germinate. Yatabala vrajam siddha mayena ramsayata chapaha. You will all revel along with me. That was the 22nd. I will take 5 minutes and finish the 23rd. This is another beautiful episode to tell us that normally we do yajna yagas, karmas with the letter, miss the spirit. The same is 22nd also was that. The ladies did a mistake. 23rd, again, the males who are doing yajna do a mistake. 24th, is also a correction. So 22nd, 23rd, 24 are purifications of the mind which are normally involved into ritualistic functions. When you do the ritualistic things, you have to do with a pure heart. How to do it? One he has shown us in the Vastraparana. Here he is showing us through another episode. The Brahmanas, the Brahmanas were doing a yajna. The boys who came with Krishna, with Krishna, this is how they behave every time. Rama Rama Mahabaho, Krishna, Dusta Nibarshana, Yeshavai Bhadate, Chut. Krishna, Pasikade, Yeshavai Bhadate, Chut. Pasikade. Chun Nastagatim Kartum Nastachantim. Chut Naha Tachantim. Chut hunger, Naha of us, Tachantim Kartum Arhata. You have to appease our hunger, Krishna. Then he says, Prayata Deva Yajanam Brahmana, go there. The Brahmins are doing yajna, ask them food. And they go. These Brahmins, they listen, but they don't want to give the food because during the yajna, the food should not be given. But they also had no heart to refuse. So they kept quiet. They didn't say yes or no, kept quiet. And then they went back to Krishna. They're not giving, okay, go to the ladies. Ask the ladies. And they go to the ladies. Mam nyapayata patnibhyaha. Remind them of me. Sa sankarshana magatam. And tell them, not only me, Sankarshana Balarama has come. Why? Balarama is the darling of all ladies. Balarama is the darling of all ladies. So he says, tell them Balarama has come. Dasyanti kramam annam. They will give you enough food. Srutva achyutam upayatam nityam taddarshana vutsukaha tat katha chipta manasaha. Katha chipta manasaha. Their minds swayed by the stories of Krishna, every day wanting to see him. They having heard Chaturvidam Bahuvanam Annam Adaya, 4 types of food. What are the 4 types? You say we make 30 items. All come in 4 types. Bhojyam, that which is eaten. Bhaksham, masticated. Lehyam, licked. Choshyam, sucked. Choshyam, Lehyam, Bhakshyam, Bhojyam. 4 types of food. Right? They took all that and went to Bhagavan because they wanted to see him every day. Društva strīna Bhagavate Krishne bhakti alaukikam atmanam tadha hīnam manutaptav vegarhayan. And they gave all that. And then Krishna said, you go back, your husbands are all doing the yajna, they will be cursing. What, Krishna, are you joking? We have brought the food here to you. Now you go back, you think our husbands will take us. We have spoiled the yajna, they will kill us. He said, don't worry, I am the Mayavi. You go, they will welcome you. And exactly as he said, the Brahmana started feeling sad. And this is what he said. Dig Janma, 5 in our lives. Nahatistad Vidyam. What is the use of our knowledge? Dig Vratam. What is the use of all our vratas? Dig Bahugnatam. 5 on our erudition. Dig Kulam. 5 on our family. Dig Kriyadaksham. 5 on our capacity to do yajna yagas. Vimukaha yetu adokshade. We who have turned our face against Adokshada Bhagavan, what is the use of all our these things? They started realizing, and then this is the best. Aho vayam dhanyatamo yesham nah tadrushi striya bhavanya yasam matihi jata asmakam nischalah rau. How fortunate we are to get this type of wives. They say now, How fortunate are we to get this type of wives who were absorbed in Bhagavan. And that episode means you doing rituals, missing the heart, doesn't bless you that much. There is a real story of this which happened in Trichy. Ayyawal, Sridhar Ayyawal was doing Shraddha. At that time, a old couple, almost dying, came for Bhiksha. He saw them, took pity, and gave the food that was made for Shraddha. And all the Brahmins that come there for Brahmanardham, they were angry, they were about to leave. He said, I will do Prayashchittam, I will do bath, take bath again and cook fresh. He said, nothing. For the sin you have done, the food meant for the Pitris and Brahmanas, you gave it to them. For the sin you have done, Gangaila poi snanam pannadam povum. You must go and take bath in Ganges. And as they were talking, there was a huge noise. All of them rushed to the back. Ganges is pouring as a fountain from the well. Because of that man's noble act of feeding the people who came there, dying. And the Brahmin said, this thing can be atoned only by taking bath. Ganges itself came to his this thing. That house is still there. People go now as a pilgrimage to that house near Trichy, Sridhar Ayyawal. So this is a story 200, 300 years back. Okay, we shall see tomorrow Rasa Leela, but Govardhanagiri is left. In 5-10 minutes, I will finish Govardhanagiri, then do Rasa Leela. Maybe I need 10-15 minutes more, right? You must all be mentally prepared tomorrow for 10-15 minutes more. Okay. So now, anybody, one bhajan, quick bhajan, 2 minutes bhajan? Anybody, Gayatri?
Yes, uncle.
Yeah, quick bhajan.
Guruvayurpura Shri Hari Krishna Narayana Gopal. Guruvayurpura Sri Hari Krishna Narayana Gopal. Mukunda Madhava Muralidhari Narayana Gopal. Mukunda Madhava Muralidhari Narayana Gopal. Narayana Gopal, Shri Hari Narayana Gopal. Narayana Gopal, Shri Hari Narayana Gopal. Mohana Murali Dhari Murari Narayana Gopal. Govardhana Giridhari Murari Narayana Gopal. Narayana Gopal, Sri Hari Narayana Gopal. Narayana Gopal, Shri Hari Narayana Gopal. Narayana Gopal, Shri Hari Narayana Gopal.
Thank you, thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. The Falasruti for tomorrow's Rasa Leela in Bhagavatam, all your heart disease will be cured. The meaning of that is all impurities will go. But I can tell you, physically it happened to me when I was doing in Jayashree Kedia's house. When I did this Rasa Leela, 2.5 hours I did. At the end of that, I felt fresh. I can do another 2 hours. In between, my whole heart, I could see physically turning and becoming, agile. That was my experience when I did this first time in 2015 or 14, right? So tomorrow, that is the Falasruti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om,
Hari Om,
Uncle.
Hari Om.
Thank
Hari Om, Uncle.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Uncle.
Hari Om, Uncle. Thank you.
Hari Om, Uncle.
Hari Om, Uncle.